Hi, and welcome everybody to Let's Talk Automotive. We found ourselves at the Makalali Lodge here in the lovely Lowveld, getting to experience the new Mini Countryman Cooper S. The cool part about this car is it's actually a Mini and a crossover. So what better opportunity than perhaps to actually take it off-road? We looked at following the trail vehicle all the way here, which not many people would attempt, but it proved really competent and it changed our opinion completely of this car. And I'll tell you why. Seeing as we missed the official launch of the Mini, we were given the opportunity to come and shoot our experience here at Makalali's private game lodge. What is really cool for us was that myself and Fritz got into the Mini yesterday and we took a slow, relaxed drive out here. It's 410 kilometers from Pretoria, so it's not a short trip and it's not extremely long. I think we made good time in this vehicle as it eats up the distance quite comfortably. The Mini presents itself actually very well balanced. It's larger than the old Countryman, and even with my 6-foot frame and Fritz's, we fit it quite comfortably with our camera equipment for the long trip. What was very interesting for us was that the vehicle actually consumes very little fuel at our national speed limit. The cool part in this is the ground clearance of this car, which initially I kind of thought, okay, crossover, how relevant is it? I mean, can we really call it a crossover if we can't do proper off-road? So we were quite surprised when we decided, well, let's just follow the game vehicle through because it was just moving luggage and equipment. And we were treated on the off-road trail to a group of lions that kind of also wanted to see what the Mini looked like, because it's obviously very odd to see a vehicle of this stature struggling through the mud, rocks, and all sorts of obstacles that you would normally experience. On arriving at the bottom lodge, which is where the holding area is, where people park their normal vehicles, we thought, well, after asking one of the rangers, do you think this vehicle can make it all the way to the top lodge? And he says, you could try. And we did. And we followed him up on this gravel dirt road. The vehicle proved competent. Of course, it does have electronically assisted all-wheel drive, which by its very nature means that even with slippage, you'll be able to work your way through most obstacles. What we found really interesting about this car was that initially when I looked at the rims, I thought, okay, it's very close to the electric Mini. But I must admit, it grows on you the further you actually delve into its architecture. We found ourselves traveling across some potholed experiences of our landscape, and the suspension handled it much better than we thought. Driving down the N4, I expected more from this engine, but one's got to consider that they've added almost 4 cement bags of weight to it to make it more stable. And if you look at it, you can actually see the car looks very solid. It actually looks well planted, and it's composed and it handles itself well in that respect. What I missed was our ability to downshift with pedals. I mean, where this car sits from a pricing point of view, one would expect that as a natural, where I found myself I was virtually reaching for pedals which were not there. I think that was something that somehow with an S version you need it, especially if you're going to go faster around corners, where the Mini, as the old-fashioned go-kart of note, was well respected. With this new Mini, there were slight changes. Certain ones that made me grumpy and certain ones that had me grinning like an idiot. Let's start with the grinning like an idiot bit. If one looked at the lights, you've seen that they've actually mapped the entire Union Jack look. So the vehicle from the back looks absolutely spectacular. My issue internally, and again I go back to the pedals or the missing pedals, is also the clocks. Everybody was used to a circular clock. Now you've got this weird kind of stick-on LED, for me somewhere between a motorbike and a touchscreen. Doesn't work for me, but that's just my opinion. For us as the Let's Talk Automotive team, the amazing experience of the Mini Cooper S combined with the luxury within this environment of Makalali's 5-star lodge allowed us to look at the vehicle in a completely new light. It allowed us a practical experience within the Lowveld's offering of bush felt living. What we must add is that the Mini itself ticks quite a few boxes. The biggest ones being that, pardon the pun, the space that it represents allows it to actually become a family vehicle now, whereas before it was very much 2 + 2 cats. From us as the Let's Talk Automotive team, we'd like to extend a warm thank you to BMW South Africa for the use of this vehicle and the Makalali Lodge team for their incredible hospitality and amazing friendliness. This is Vish and Fritz signing out. See you soon.